know everything.
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So this is going to be my Jessica Jones trailer breakdown. There's a bunch of new footage. We finally got some Purple Man, and we see Trish Walker. She's been in some promo art, but we haven't seen her in a trailer yet. There's also a lot of rumors going around about the Inhumans movie maybe being canceled in Phase 3 because of all the extra stuff they've been shuffling around. So I'll just clarify what's going on with that after the trailer stuff. Here we go, Jessica Jones. The first part of the clip just picks up later in the night from the last trailer that I posted. She had just gotten done beating the shit out of all those people in that bar, and now she's walking down the street. She's going back to her office at Alias Investigations. The ad on the street sign over here for Trish Talk, that's Trish Walker from the comic. Her superhero name is Hellcat, but like a lot of Daredevil characters, even though she's someone from the comics, I think they're changing her just a little bit. She might not be Hellcat on this TV show. The problem with Hellcat is that like some of her backstory gets tied up with the X-Men and Hank McCoy, and as cool as it is, there's no way they can do any kind of X-Men stuff right now. Which also kind of dovetails nicely with this next little bit in the trailer. Everyone's asking, did she jump onto that fire escape or did she fly? And I think that she just jumped. My understanding is that they're not going to let her fly during the series just to keep her from being overpowered. So think like a slightly tuned down version of Golden Age Superman, leaping tall buildings, except no heat vision. Then later in the night, we see her inside her office just putting up pictures on her evidence board. It's kind of hard to make out some of these pictures, but here's another picture of Trish Walker, so she might be doing a case for Trish Walker. Purple Man might be going after her because you kind of hear the David Tennant voiceover, where it's like, I know all your secrets, I know who your friends are. Trish Walker is one of her friends, so he might be targeting people close to her. This could also be from like some other random case that she's working. Just like Daredevil Season 1 was all about that one legal case with Karen Page, I'm guessing Jessica Jones is also going to follow that model, as in she'll have like one really big case that she's investigating that will get bigger and bigger and start involving more and more characters. Like when Daredevil first started investigating Karen Page, he didn't know anything about Kingpin or his involvement, so I'm guessing it's going to spiral out the same way with Jessica Jones' investigations. The actual title of that first episode is called Ladies' Night, so it sounds like she's going to be beating the shit out of a lot of people in a bar, which sounds like a lot of fun. So we've just gotten a taste of the Purple Man. I'm kind of wondering what they've done with his powers too, because very clearly his skin is not going to be purple. But he has a certain level of resilience. Jessica Jones is super strong, so we might see her beat the shit out of him and him just eat it, him just soak it up. He's not telepathic, but he can give people visions with his pheromones. Like he exudes pheromones that gives him a low level of control over people. It's like a biochemical thing, so there's a lasting effect even when he's not in proximity to you. So in this scene here, when she's hallucinating him speaking, those are just his pheromones still in her bloodstream. Moving into movie territory, I know everyone's freaking out about Inhumans stuff just because it may have gotten kicked off the schedule. There's a lot of talk about politics behind the scenes at Marvel. I don't know anything about that. It's so far off, like the movie itself was so far off initially that its status is pretty fluid. I think that they wouldn't hesitate to move it around if something more pressing came along, like if a sequel came along they needed to do. The person who helped rewrite Ant-Man, Adam McKay, expressed an interest in doing Inhumans, and they're ramping up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so even if things don't work out with the movie, like Adam McKay doesn't end up writing it or someone else, then don't automatically assume that they'll be able to do the royal family on the TV show. I always feel like the royal family is going to be big enough that they'll hold them for the movies. So just officially on paper, Marvel has not canceled the Inhumans yet. It's just talk about what's going on behind the scenes, about, them maybe not doing it, maybe doing it. No one has been hired to do anything for it yet. They even just confirmed that they haven't started writing the Captain Marvel movie yet because they feel like she's super overpowered, so they're still trying to figure out what are her weaknesses going to be, like what are her vulnerabilities. There's like too many character problems they have to work through before they can actually write a story. So that's just what's going on with Phase 3. But the cool thing too is that they talked about Madame Mask at New York Comic Con on Agent Carter. Agent Carter, for those that don't know, is going to premiere next January, just like it did last year. Same deal, same drill. They're going to have way more comic book characters though, so if you feel like Agent Carter Season 1 was kind of comic book light, then Season 2 is going to be way more fun. But coming up next, I'm working on another Flash Arrow video with some new footage, so be sure to subscribe to get that. I'll try and post that before Doctor Who starts tomorrow, so that should be like an early video. There is lots of cool stuff happening at New York Comic Con this weekend. If there's anything like really cool, then I'll totally upload it to my channel. I just posted the Game of Thrones panel. You can click here to watch that Game of Thrones panel. It's the whole thing. And you can click here for all my other Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Marvel videos. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.